already holding a lot of body fat, your body will be primed to put on body fat more quickly. We do not drink tap water for various reasons.
Love yours.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months.
Good morning. It is Monday. We have just had our electrolytes relight. These are the only electrolytes we've actually tried thus far. The potassium to sodium ratio is optimal, which is 2:1. In terms of nutrients, they have calcium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, potassium, and they also have coconut water powder, which has antioxidants and hydration properties. So far, we've only tried watermelon lime, which is our favorite, and then there's a salty Palmer, which is like, babe, what's salty Palmer? Peach?
Peach iced tea, with a little bit of lemon tea.
Lemon peach iced tea. That's the other one we've tried, and Sydney has ordered 5 different flavors, so we will gradually go through them. We have the salty Palmer, the watermelon lime, mojito, and pina colada. But we will not be trying these until next month. I'm just about to have some tea, or should I have a coffee? I'm gonna have a coffee today. It is 7 a.m. We will be going to the gym shortly. Monday is my arm day, so biceps, triceps, and I will do a bit of abs. It is so cold. We woke up in the house. Temperature was 13 degrees Celsius, but today is meant to be a really beautiful 18-degree day, so that's going to be exciting. But for now, my puffer jacket remains. I'm just sitting at the desk resetting all our spreadsheets for this new week. We track our macros weekly, we track our workouts weekly, we track all of our health markers weekly. It's really, really helpful to have all of the data to look back on.
Ready? Doing skin folds and having some motivation.
I wanted to do a quick little chat on whether you should bulk or cut and how to figure it out. Firstly, if you are under 18, don't think about restricting your calories. You're in a really good time of growth, so just focus on eating as much as you want to within reason and not just eating junk food, and just exercise. If you've never lifted weights before, don't even worry about managing your food like this. Learn how to train properly and just eat a normal amount of food, unless you want to go all out, which is totally fine, but it takes a lot more work because nailing nutrition is, in my opinion, a lot more challenging for most people than nailing training. If you are overweight, you feel fluffy, out of breath, unfit, you're just not happy with all the fat you're holding, then that would make it a good reason to cut, meaning lose body fat, lose weight, lean out. If you're not necessarily overweight, but you don't have a lot of definition anywhere, you want to be a bit more lean or toned, which just means like lean and having some muscle, then it's probably a good idea to do a bit of a cut. If you are not really overweight, not really lean, but you want to have a bit more shape, a bit more muscle, then it would be a good idea to bulk or eat more calories, lift more weight, get stronger, gain muscle. If you're very small and lean and you want to be bigger and have more shape, then it is a good idea to bulk. It's up to your personal situation, what you're comfortable with, how you want to look, what your goals are, and all of that. One thing to keep in mind though is you can't really do both at the same time. Like, recomposition is a thing, but generally it's only a tool that people that are super new to the gym can use, and it takes a lot longer to see progress. By recomposition, we're meaning eating at your maintenance calories and just trying to lose a bit of fat, gain a bit of muscle at the same time. It's a lot more optimal to put your body either in a surplus of calories or a deficit of calories, or if you're really happy with how you look and you've achieved all your physique goals goals in your life, then just eat at maintenance so you can keep looking the same and look amazing. If you do already hold a lot of body fat and you still want to get bigger, which I have been in this predicament so many times where I feel small because I generally do have a small petite frame, but I still want more muscle and more shape. If you go into a bulk, a surplus of calories, and you're already holding a lot of body fat, your body will be primed to put on body fat more quickly. When you're leaner and you start building muscle and you enter a bulk, your body is more effectively primed to gain muscle. So it's all about priming yourself to grow in the most efficient way possible. The reason why I am cutting it right now is because I do hold more body fat than what I would like. I'm actually, according to my skin folds, at 23% body fat, which is actually very high. Females naturally will have higher body fat percentages than men, but for myself, that is very high. Last year, at the peak of my dieting phase, I was at around like 16 or 17% body fat, which is a lot more athletic looking, lean looking, and just nicer. So I want to get back to somewhere around there over the next 12 weeks. Basically, if you're leaner and then you decide to go build muscle, you will build muscle more efficiently and put less fat on. So it's a much more ideal state to let your body grow in. You just have to be willing to stick to it for a pretty long period of time. Obviously, it's not an 8-week, 12-week thing where you can just do it for a little while and then that's it. You've got your results. They're going to stay forever. It's putting in continuous work basically year round. You don't have to be super strict and psycho like me, doing keto and waking up at 4 a.m. and training like fasted and all of that. It's important to establish a routine for yourself if you really value your goal and if you really want to see change long term. We are loading up the car to go to Mount Donna to collect spring water. We normally go a few times a year because we do not drink tap water for various reasons, mainly being forever chemicals. There's just a lot of nasty things in tap water. I have packed some nuts for the trip. It's an hour and a half each way. We'll be out for a bit, and I've also made an English breakfast tea for me and a coffee for Samir to go. For the past 5 years, we've been collecting natural spring water because Australia's tap water often contains harmful chemicals known as PFAs or forever chemicals. PFAs are synthetic chemicals and can be found in things like non-stick or Teflon cookware, which you will never see me cooking with. PFAs are called forever chemicals because they don't break down in the body and they will accumulate over time. They can cause cancer and have been linked to health issues like liver damage, hormone problems, and development issues in kids. There was actually a lot of talk about this recently in the news when the US was found to have 4 parts per trillion of PFAs in their water, where Australia's current water standards allow PFAs at 70 parts per trillion. Tap water can also contain chemicals like chlorine, fluoride, heavy metals, and nitrates, whereas natural spring water often gets filtered through the earth, so it's free from all that stuff and gets packed with good minerals like calcium and magnesium. And the taste is just cold, crispy, and unbeatable. If you're in Melbourne, I highly recommend visiting this spring at least once. The water tastes amazing and it's free. Mount Donna is 1,250 meters above sea level. The higher altitude means the water is more protected from pollution, and the natural filtration process through the mountain's layers of rock and soil can remove impurities, whilst the cold temperatures can slow bacterial growth. It's usually freezing every time we come, and I wear gloves so my fingers don't become numb after touching the water. We are so grateful to live relatively nearby and have access to this place. We usually collect enough water to last a few months. When we can't make the trip, we usually buy Pure AU. We also used to use a Berkey water filter to filter the chemicals out of tap water, but it just wasn't efficient enough for how much water we drink. Once we get our forever home, we plan on instilling a reverse osmosis system to make it easier to have clean, purified water at home. Up to 60% of our bodies are made of water, so why not give ourselves the best quality water we can? The view is absolutely stunning. I wasn't able to capture it very effectively, but it's always such a lovely drive. I totally understand there is only so much you can do to avoid all the crazy chemicals we're exposed to in our daily environments, and I by no means completely eliminate all chemicals because that would be very, very hard, but I do definitely believe in trying to minimize our exposure to them to improve our health, well-being, and overall quality of life, even if it's just in the littlest of ways. We are back home and I'm just quickly whipping up some meal prep for the rest of the week for Samir predominantly. On the menu, I will be doing some boiled eggs, lamb cutlets, just pan fried, and some fatty beef sausages. And then I'll be adding avocado, cheese, and nuts on the side. Let's do it. As always, cooking in ghee. I will actually do the lamb cutlets in olive oil, which is not ideal because olive oil doesn't have as high of a smoke point, so it starts burning at high heat, and lamb cutlets need high heat, but it does create like a bit of a nicer crust on the cutlets. Go-to marinade or rub for lamb cutlets is thyme, salt, chili flakes, pepper. I'd like to use garlic as well, but I really can't be bothered peeling it, crushing it up, and it usually just burns anyway, so this is the drill. Because it is past midday, I'm not going to have caffeine because it will disrupt my sleep. I normally try and cut off caffeine from midday. Ideally, 8 to 12 hours before sleep is optimal so it doesn't disrupt your sleep. So I'm just going to have a decaf. I was at Coles and Mokona's decaf was on special, so I was like, I'll give it a go. And this was $9. And this still tastes better, so deep regret buying this. I did look at the Google reviews stupidly and everyone was like, wow, this is amazing, but obviously no one has reviewed this because Aldi doesn't let you leave reviews on their website. I'm obviously going to have it with full cream milk because coffee tastes like dirt with cream, or you just need way too much cream to make it taste good. Going to peel all the boiled eggs. When I worked as a kitchen hand, I was always taught to store peeled boiled eggs in an airtight container on a paper towel. I believe the paper towel holds the moisture or something, I don't know, but it works. So they should last in the fridge for, I believe, up to a week, but Samir will get through all of these within 4 days. I am so glad we went on a water run because I have been buying Pureu for the last few months. The last time we went to do a water run, the water was contaminated, so we just left it, and we've been buying Pureu, which is amazing tasting water, but it's like $10 for 10 liters, and we usually go through about 5 a week, so that's $50 a week on water. I am very sad I'm wearing this Mercedes Petronas merch because I am obsessed with Formula One now and I wanted merch. And the applique, it's like 3D applique, sort of like bumpy, and it's already peeling off, and I obviously followed the care instructions and it's peeling off, so I'm gonna iron this later and hopefully it fixes itself. Oh my god, it's so pretty. It is 5:30 p.m. and we are just about to have some dinner. We are eating meatza, which is our standard dinner whilst we're on a keto diet. In a fat loss phase, it is very calorically dense and very satisfying. I'm currently eating about 2,000 calories a day, and the meatza is 1,200-ish calories, so it really fills me up. I'll do an in-depth video on how I actually make it, but I just wanted to quickly get it done because I'm starving. We're also having it with avocado and Persian feta, and then I also have a tiny bit of macadamias to top off the evening. And that's basically it. So 2 big meals a day,